Let's begin.
Okay, we
People,
are good to start.
Let me give some advice. Whenever you buy paint, oil paint, please don't do what I did. Don't buy a big tube because it's so hard to handle. It's hard to open. It's hard to close. And if you don't close it well, it hardens like a rock. Remember when you were told when you do toothpaste that you have to squeeze from the bottom, and you do it, but with a big tube, it is so much work.
Do you want me to help?
No.
Okay.
Because if you do, then I will unlearn. I have a wonderful physical therapist, and today I told him, what can you do about my hand? Because I have a tremor and my hand shakes. So he gave me little things which are cushiony and told me to squeeze them. And I said, but when you leave, you'll take it with you. So how can I practice? And he said, just take a washcloth and go like this. So from now on, if you see me going like this, I'm learning.
And we will buy that for you.
Okay, now what I'm going to do is this. Because I had a stressful day and my hand is shaking because of it. So I am going to just have a wonderful time and do sky. By the way, let me show you what I've done up to now. Even if they can't hear me.
No, they can hear you. They can hear you.
Okay,
Certainly.
Then look over here. I have this wonderful photograph of Eric when he was a little boy and his mother holding his shoulders with her hands. And I was working on that today. And I also worked on his dog. And I'm going to need something here. And I was thinking of somebody right around here. It'll have to happen.
Could you just point out, I'm sorry, where he is and where his mother is and where the dog is?
Right here.
Yes.
Is to be. But there is a guy walking on the boardwalk who carries weights and has a bare chest and a big beard. And he carries weights. He's going to be right here. And I'll have Lee and Cheryl and the dog scout watching him. But today I'm going to just do sky because my hand has been trembling as it does at the end of a stressful day. And today was stressful.
Could you talk about what it's like to do sky for you?
I'd love it. Sky is freedom. Because just doing sky means there are no noses and no eyes that relate to each other in a specific way. You can do anything. Okay? So first let me take a brush that's big and fat. Okay? And let me have fun. First of all, this is the new white, which I just got. Squeeze it out. But the blue isn't good anymore.
Oh, Mom, meanwhile, should I show the flag?
Oh. Can you show them the flag?
Yes, there we
go. It seems so strange not to hear any voices.
Yeah, we're not getting any comments on this, Mom. You know what? I'm going to go to your I'm just going to prop this up for a second, then I'm going to go
Yeah.
and I'm going to get your iPad because we'll see that.
Maybe you left part of the things in the box. No. Can you compare to me? You can do anything. When it comes to computers and
I'm
things.
just going to rest this down for a moment, folks. Sorry.
Could you read
Sorry,
me?
dear folks. I'm not seeing any comments on that either, but I'm sure that everything is working well. And Jeffrey Bomser is watching. Ed Weedman is watching. Patsy Rowley is watching.
But they're not hearing.
No, I think they're hearing. I think they're hearing.
Could they make motions like saying I'm hearing, even if we don't hear them?
I'll tell you what. I'm going to bring Ed Weedman onto video for a moment.
Eddie.
And we'll see if he can just tell us. So I'm sending him an invite right now. And let's see if he could come on and tell us if he hears you.
And
Kenny? Hello?
and I'm painting sky.
Hello?
Ed is here. Is Ed here? No, he's not here. Okay.
But you know, if you really think about it, just the very fact that thousands of miles away, people exist
Mm-hmm.
and are watching me even if they can't hear me.
No, but I'm sure they can. I'm sure they can.
Then would it be okay, Kenny, if you reach over to my glasses, which are on the stool right there in back
Sure.
of you?
Mm-hmm. Here you go. And tell us about what
Thank
you're
you.
doing.
Yes, I'm having fun with Blue because today was a stressful day and my hands are shaking because of it. But now everything is fine.
Laura Silver is watching.
Laura, I was just looking at the computer the other day and seeing Laura when she was with me on the boardwalk. By the way, I wanted to talk about something today. I'm talking, but I'm thinking at the same time.
And Paula is watching. And
Kenny, you promised.
I think Laura is here. Are you here, Laura? Are you on?
Yes.
Kenny, you promised to take me upstate.
Yes. Yes.
So I can see Paula and Eileen and where we used to live. We've lived in so many places. And all of them have parts of my life. You see what I'm doing?
Tell us.
I'm very lovingly creating different patterns of blue. Later on, I would like to do some cloud formations, but until I balance more of the painting, I don't know what I will need. What will I need? I will need that all shapes do not take away from other shapes. That nothing gets boring, because the world is not boring. The world is frighteningly not boring. Because if you think about what people are doing to each other and to the sky and the earth, that's one thing. But what they're doing to other human beings is very frightening to me. Okay, now.
Mom, I want to tell you that the comments are finally coming in.
Oh, good.
No one has said yet if they can hear you, but I know that they can, because no one's saying they can't. Laura says, hello, my dear Hetty. I think she's saying yes, she can hear you. Tibor Spitz is joining the session.
Wonderful. That's one reason you have to take us upstate.
Yes.
Because I have to meet him face to face, and his wife too.
Absolutely. And Patsy Rowley. Oh, somebody just said they can hear us.
Hallelujah.
Yes. So Lorraine Brent is watching. Patsy Rowley says, I'm upstate right now. Ed says, sorry, Kenny, if you can see this. Eileen Cutler says, no one paints sky like you do, Hetty. Soon we will be together under the same sky upstate.
I can't wait.
And Mindy Dovberg is watching. Mindy, hi. And Lorraine Brent says, we can hear you. And Mindy, who lived in the building that I lived in, says, Hetty, this is fabulous. Thank you, Lee Winters, for the invitation. And
Lee, you know what? This is the reason I told Kenny how little I understand. I did a comment at the wonderful, well, whenever I see anything of his, I drop everything else and I read that. And he had written about an artist whom I hope to meet one day. And he does to Long Beach what I do to the Lower East Side. And what I want to say is, I wrote a comment because I loved the article. Lee never got the comment. There are so many signals and things in order to put a comment on. I don't understand that language. And let me just say, remember when I told you that Eric said, I have to do a painting, we have to do a painting of what the world will never know about us, that we are kind people also. We're not just the ones filled with hate. And when I saw the way this young man in his column paints Long Beach, I thought, he loves it. And I think more people have to paint and write and speak of how wonderful we are. Otherwise, the people who complain and hurt people will be the only ones known.
Mindy Dovberg says, agreed. And Mary Nix says, I can hear you, Hetty. I love to hear your philosophy and humor. And Tibor Spitz says, I'm in Kingston, New York, and I can see and hear you perfectly. And Michelle Carvalho is watching. And Amy Lauren called and said, I called your phone hoping you'd answer so you would know we can hear.
Oh,
And Mindy says, hi, Ken Page. And Mindy says, this is so fabulous.
you know, Amy came to me, and she really has to travel to come here. And I watched the skillful way in which he deals with a telephone and with machines. And I thought, what am I not able to do? And Amy, if you lived next door to me, I would sit there and watch you and watch you and watch you. By the way, it's what I need to say is, to me, the miracle of the world is that each of us is different. Do you see what I'm doing?
Tell us.
I'm dabbing color because I want to show that the earth is really like the people I paint. Completely fascinating, right? And I can't do one swoosh of color because there is no such thing. I don't remember what this is until I see the photograph. But it's a definite structural thing. And with this wonderful young man whose column is what Lee did. He did all these glass windows and things. And they're like an architectural work. Okay, do you see the difference between this and this? In other words, the sky cannot be a solid blue because it's not. But the fun that I want to have with it, I can't have until I know what I will be doing here. And this is where I met Lee, over this painting. What Lee does, he writes about humanity in a loving way. And I think this is what I need. I need to hear things done in a loving way. There's so much poison going around. Now, this is not going to stay this blue because I have a tube of white which I'm not allowing myself to really take advantage of.
Why?
Because I can get carried away, and the white is, if I do too much on the sky, I will hurt my people because I want you to look at them and to ask me questions. And I want to speak about the people.
So Lori Goodman is watching, and Amy Lauren says, no, I would be watching you, Hetty. Painting is far more exciting than watching me pick up a phone.
Not if you have problems with the phones. Then I look at it, then I learn.
And Paula Lakshan says, love you, Hetty. You and your work is such a gift to us all.
And I'm going to see you soon, Paula.
And Mary Nix says, blue is my favorite color.
Me
I'm a
too.
sky watcher.
Me too. Me too. Do you see the difference, which I'm allowing myself to do now? I already know it's going to be a little darker going up to light, but probably one of these days soon, I'm going to see a shape of a specific cloud, and I'm going to say, you're what I need right there in this corner or in this spot. In the meantime, I'm going to dabble with a painting with this many choices. If my hand would not be shaky today, I would be doing somebody's little nose, but that'll have to wait till tomorrow. You know what happened today? I had lost a passport, not because I lost it in the street, but because I forgot where I put it. And I had to go to the post office and get a new passport. And I made an appointment. And I had not been in the post office for so long because when we had our framing business just about a block away, it was so easy to go and buy a stamp. But I haven't been in that area since Eric passed away. And today I was there. And when I went to the passport area, the man behind the counter said, "Are you still painting?" And I said, "You remember, thank you." And I said, "Yes." And then a young woman named Jessica took over because suddenly there was a large line. Are you watching the dabbing? How much fun this is? And her name is Jessica. And I said, "You know what, Jessica? I've had a rough day and my hand is shaking. And I need to write my social security number down. And I don't know if I'll be able to do it correctly. Would you do it?" So she did. And then somebody called across the aisle, "What did you do with Eric's bicycle? What did he do with it? With his motorcycle?" And I thought to myself, this is what it means when people remember you. I was so touched. And I sort of looked up and I said, "Eric, they didn't forget you." And I would like you to begin to write, all of you, about the people in your life this is going to be good, who influence you, people whom you will not forget. And look, I'm going to allow myself a little more white right now.
And you have a lot of comments.
Read some, would you?
I'll read them all, sure.
That means they can hear us.
I think we have a first here. Marcia Bard Isman says, "It is always so exciting to watch you paint. Sending love from the sky."
She's here, and
She's
so
on-
is her husband.
She's on a JetBlue flight right now in midair, heading home from Florida.
Wait a minute.
She's on the flight and she's watching you.
In a flight?
Yes.
Up there?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And Eileen says, Marcia Bardisman, wow. Mindy Dovberg says, where is this beautiful painting going? This is amazing.
Okay, it's going to be made into limited edition prints or maybe just posters I don't know, but it is really going to be what Eric wanted, a statement of who we are. Can I repeat this again, or will you get bored?
Mhm.
What Eric said to me was, before he passed away, he said, Hetty, let's do a painting which shows the people we know. Someday, when we're all gone, historians will describe this period of time by speaking about the Holocaust, slavery, people going into schools and shooting children with assault rifles. And he said, that's not who we are. That it is because the media picks things that are, I don't know what the word would be, because I watch those things too. If a fire is burning, we'll all stop our cars. Okay, since I have to go, the time is up.
But there are still some more comments.
Good.
Okay, I'll read those.
But can they watch my cloud
They are
beginning?
watching, yes.
Okay.
Mindy says, that's amazing. This is amazing. Kinha says, that's amazing to hear. Carol says, I find that watching you paint is so relaxing to me. Dory says, unfortunately, the USPS has gone downhill even since I worked there 6 years ago. Marcia says, you're having lots of fun and I'm relaxing. LOL, laughing out loud. Carol Hodkins says, what a beautiful story. And Dory says, but I'm glad your experience there was positive. And Michelle says, enjoying watching you make these subtle changes to the sky and listening to all your positivity. And Mindy says, love that.
Okay, I'm allowing myself to decide there's going to be a big cloud here. What the cloud will decide to become, I don't know. We'll find out. I love you all, and I will see you next Monday.
And Lee says, rock on, Hetty.
Thank you.